Hey guys, I'm about to go into work. It's 12:49 here. I pray everything's going well with you, and God's been blessing you, regardless of what you believe. I pray that the Creator of all things opens your heart and your mind. For me right now, I got a lot of stuff on my mind. First and foremost, I got my test that I got to take care of for my licensing exam. But my brain is always going. It doesn't stop. I think that as things go on, I see myself coming closer to ending this quest, if you will, in my life. Things are always going on about when I am making money. I'm gonna do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. And it's not because of even me trying to say I'm gonna buy a house and all this other stuff. I'm gonna obviously have a house one day. But personally for me, I wanna make sure that my mom is set first and that I can figure out a way to get a place for my dad to stay in. He's a mechanic, so I would like for him to be able to work on his craft and not have to worry about anything. I think about my grandparents, and I think about what my responsibilities is. By now, people should know that I say all the time that I'm Yahudim, which means that I believe that my people practice the ways of Israel under the tribe of Judah, is what people typically call it. And there's a lot of rules and regulations under that scope and thesis on how we're supposed to live and how we're supposed to act and stuff like that. I'm going to turn my car on so I can pay attention to the time. It's 12:50. I'm always thinking about ways to do stuff for us, you know. Right now, I have Biblical Ninjas, which is a ministry group which anybody of any sept of the Abrahamic faith is welcome to come. Predominantly, it's Messianic. I have brothers and sisters in there who are non-Messianic. I have personal family members that are Seventh-day Adventists and Rastafarian as well. So everybody's welcome to come in. I have it's divided into 7 or 8 groups. One is to talk about atheism and talk to people who are atheists and learn how to deal with the discussion, because that typically doesn't go well. I have the All for Love of Jesus movement, which is the goal was for us to raise $960,000 a year with 1,000 people involved in order to open up businesses for the sake of the kingdom of heaven. I also have the Ebony Planet Phase, which does the same thing. I'm one of the moderators for Improving Black America. I have the Train Them As You Should Go, which is actually a group that I created that I have not been able to put as much energy in that I want to because of studying for this test. For those of you who are on my friends list, you see what I'm always trying to put on there and things like that. I have my GoFundMe page right now where I'm trying to get funding to help me build an optical, because part of the thing with owning opticals is that you need money to make money. That's just the reality of it. But not even just the sake of needing money to make money, but you need money to get the equipment. I'm praying someday that I could be in a position to where I can help people myself and be able to help grow their business, no questions asked, just where you want to put it, blah blah blah. But I'm in a position where I need that help. So I want to buy a truck that will give me the ability to go to the handicapped, the elderly, the sick, and provide them the same opportunity everybody else gets to pick out eyewear, to fit them for eyewear. If I have to do contact lenses, fit them for contact lenses and travel. In addition to that, I want to do health fairs, work with doctors and stuff like that to try to do health fairs for people, which will require me to have equipment that I can't afford just starting out, but I still want to have something to help people. I am trying to uh, get a restaurant going in January 2016, which is the first goal of both the Ebony Planning phase and the All for Love of Jesus movement, but I keep them separate because of the fact that everybody is not on the Bible, and unfortunately, that's something I have to deal with. So with the Ebony Planning phase, I deal with it on the basis of an alliance because the whole entire fact is in the interest of blackness. I gotta talk about that. Um, we have to get things done. Hopefully next year, if not the year after that, because I'm not opening it to the public until it's done. I'm creating a group called In the Interest of Blackness, and I'm gonna get another thing going. In addition to that, which will be I don't agree with nonprofit organizations, so I'll put profit for nonprofit. I'll just call it like that. But basically, my goal all along is to take care of people for the sake of the kingdom of heaven, as well as to have an alliance with my brothers and sisters that are black in order to look out for their children and to do things to see them through. What do I mean about that? The bare essentials of any group of people is to independence when they feel like they're oppressed. People keep saying start your own, start your own, start your own. Yeah, start your own, but you need to have stabilization in your industry, in your people, in order to start your own and separate from other people. So what we will be doing with the money that comes from these restaurants is, first off, we're going to work on homeless eradication. So what that means is that we're going to be going up and down the street and we're going to be finding our brothers and sisters that are homeless, and we're going to give them jobs part-time. What they're also going to be doing is collecting cans and plastic and glass, things like that. So when you start seeing these people, when it happens, then you'll know what they're doing. We're going to be saving that for something later. But we're going to be sending them to school and helping them to get degrees so that they can work on the house for us and plumbing and all other stuff. And we got to pay them. And we're going to fire them from the restaurant as soon as they get those degrees. That's the same thing we're doing with high school kids and for college students. The goal is to hire them while they're in school so they have something to do, keep them busy, and then get them into college. When they come back from college, let them do their little part-time work. And then when they graduate college and they're doing what they need to do, we fire them. In the process of this, trying to get something very important done. The Train Them As You Should Go is a homeschooling ministry, but the goal is to end up filling that up to the point where all the parents have enough material that they can need, and eventually the same thing is going to happen. The money that is going to be used for the restaurant business, we're going to be designing adaptable educational software. I'm going to be talking to people about making a cloud, a private cloud, so that my brothers and sisters, whether it be in ministry or brothers and sisters who are black, will be able to get on that cloud and have their kids do adaptable learning programs. It's not about donations. It's not about paying a monthly fee. It's about being in the interest of blackness, and that's just what this is about. The whole entire goal of this is to make sure that when my people go 10 to 20 years in the future, the impact from us investing in one another is going to alter the scope of how they're seen on this earth and end their oppression. I say this all the time, and depending on what group sees this or who shares this, because I don't know if anybody shares my stuff, but I make it plain and clear. We need our own teachers. We need our own lawyers. We need our own doctors. We need our own nurses. We need our own scientists. We need our own metallurgy professionals. We need our own engineers. We need everything. There's room for all of us, and we need to be debt free. In order for us to be debt free, it's going to take us to handle it. in order for crime to be off the streets, we need to design our own system of governance. So we got our neighborhood watch. Then we go ahead and we get certified and we have our own police force, or we send our kids to school and have them police our streets. You know what I'm saying? And that way we decrease issues within our people, because we're working together to make change on this earth. You know, life is made of choices, and we got to get this stuff done. I keep thinking about us buying up cars and talking to these mechanics and sending these kids to the mechanics to learn how to work on cars and then give our sisters vehicles. I keep thinking about sending our kids for mechanical engineering degrees, and then our kids can go ahead and design engines, and we can change them and keep working on this until we can make our own cars, make our own helicopters, make our own airplanes, be able to terraform the desert to be able to provide us food and have a place to live and things like that. That's what's in my heart. You know what I'm saying? People are going to tell you that we need to get guns and everything and go to war. For me, even if that was possible and that was something that you were going to do, you would need something to be fighting for, and you don't own nothing yet. And until we do things that can stabilize lives for our kids, to where whether or not somebody calls us a nigger, we can be able to do something for ourselves, by ourselves, without dependence, and it won't matter. I don't know if you remember, but at one point in time in this country, people used to have smart names for Hindus and Buddhists and Muslims too, and Jews. And little by little, these people separated from the group because they were alienated and they made away from themselves. You know, one thing I never liked was the fact that my family came from Jamaica and didn't really bond to the point where they financially stabilized one another and then moved on. As the habit of us is that we as a people want to do better, so we leave. And yeah, we, for at some shape or form, some of us do better and some of us don't. So I want to change that, and that's what everything's about. I'm on Improving Black America, and I have my own page. You just need to type in Rohan Mike, RHOAN, Horatio Smart Mike, or Rohan Smart Mike, and you'll find it on Facebook, MYKE. It was a pleasure talking to you guys and ask me some questions.